Okay, first weekend's in the books. 8 games played. The first game was Chicago and Cleveland. Pretty much what I expected. I thought Cleveland did an awesome job rebounding. Varejao had 15. And just in general, I thought they really attacked the boards well, got a lot of offensive rebounds. James played pretty well. I think he played substandard by his, standards, but I thought he played pretty well, obviously. Rose was probably the best player in that game, even though the Bulls lost. I thought Rose played an awesome game. I think he approached a triple-double or something like that. And, he's proven to be a big-time performer because we see a lot of players not play so well early in their career in the playoffs, but Rose has just gotten off to a big start in his postseason career. Obviously, Shaq looked good. Mo Williams, Varejao again, picking up all those boards. So, that's the important thing because last year Mo Williams did not have a good postseason, and that led to their eventual demise in large part. So, pretty much what I expected out of that one. Cleveland showed that they were the dominant team early on, and then later on they kind of lost it a little bit, but they ended up winning by double digits, so it's fine. Bucks Hawks. Not quite sure what to make of this one. Obviously, Brandon Jennings had an awesome first playoff game, but you need more than that, I guess. Because, he was great. I thought to myself, if Brandon Jennings has a big series, the Bucks could score an upset. And because, when you're talking about a jump shooter like Brandon Jennings, even though he's ridiculously inefficient, all you need is a couple of shots to fall for your fortunes to just flip. And that's kind of what happened on Saturday. It wasn't enough. Again, I'm looking at the Andrew Bogut injury, which really is just way too big of a shame. But Atlanta had a more varied attack. Joe Johnson, Crawford, Josh Smith, Horford, Pachulia, a lot of different guys were just big for Atlanta, scoring a lot. Bibby, a lot of those guys produced for Atlanta, and Milwaukee only got one player going, and that's what happens. Heat Celtics. Celtics win. I really think the Heat blew this one. They had it. Everything was going right for them heading into the late third quarter. And then they couldn't score. They scored 10 points in the fourth quarter. They had a hard time. Excuse me. Had a hard time getting stops when they needed it. Wade had a nice game and everything, but I do think he shied away a little bit when the going got tough. It was a good opportunity for them to get a win. Nobody on the Celtics scored a lot. Pierce led the Celtics with 16. I think Garnett had 15. Rondo's shot was not there. Ray Allen's shot had disappeared. So I thought it was a prime opportunity, and the Heat just could not get a bucket in the final quarter, and didn't happen. But with Kevin Garnett being suspended for Game 2, it looks like they're gonna have another opportunity to pull out a game in Boston, and I expect them to do that. So yeah, that's really about it for that. Looking at this Heat team, I think they can still get in there and win a game in Boston, but that was a prime opportunity that I really thought they blew. And again, it comes back to the fact that they rely on players that aren't very good to play like they're good. Mario Chalmers, Carlos Arroyo, Jermaine O'Neal, although Jermaine's been playing better this year. Joel Anthony. Guys like that, they're not reliable, but they need them to produce. Final game, Jazz Nuggets. A little thing that I've kind of noticed that's interesting. The Nuggets have the habit of keeping a game close, and then in like the last 4 minutes, they just blow the other team out. I noticed they did it last year against Dallas in the playoffs. I'm sorry. They just have the habit of keeping it close, and then at the end they blow it open. And here, we saw J.R. Smith catch fire in the fourth. Anthony had a huge game. Definite star-type quality game from him. Kmart grabbed 12 boards. Billups had an okay game. And this was a closely played, pretty intense game until the end, largely thanks to J.R. Smith and Carmelo Anthony just putting the game away with huge performances down the stretch. And I thought the Jazz played pretty well too for most of that game, given that they don't have Kirilenko. Now they don't have Mehmet Okur. I thought Boozer actually played as well as you could hope. And they just got beat by a better team. I thought they played well and really kept it close throughout most of that game. And everybody who was playing did well for the most part. Darren Williams, Boozer, Millsap, all those guys that you expect to produce for them, I thought did produce. Just not enough. I just don't think they're as good. And there's not much they can do about that at this point. Lakers, Oklahoma City. Early on, it was what I expected. I didn't think OKC was going to make that push at the end, get it within single digits. I thought they were going to get murdered. And early on, it looked like that was going to happen, but Lakers really never found a really good offensive game. Bryant did his Iverson impression, I guess. Not efficient at all. Nothing from the bench, and I don't